I never thought one text message could change everything in my life. It was late at night when my phone buzzed, and curiosity got the better of me. My boyfriend had left his phone on the counter while he was in the shower. Normally, I would never even think of touching it, but something inside me told me to look. My hands were shaking as I picked it up, and that's when I saw her name. A woman I didn't know. The message was short, but it felt like a knife straight to my chest. I miss you. When can I see you again? My whole body went cold. My first instinct was denial. Maybe she was just a friend, maybe it meant nothing. But then I scrolled up, and my heart started racing faster with every word I read. The way he spoke to her, it wasn't the way a man speaks to a friend. It was filled with affection, with promises, with the kind of intimacy he once had only with me. I dropped the phone back on the counter just as he came out of the shower, smiling, completely unaware that my world had just shattered. I forced a smile back, pretending everything was fine. But inside, I was screaming. That night, I couldn't sleep. I lay awake staring at the ceiling, wondering who she was, how long this had been going on, and why I hadn't noticed the signs. Every laugh we shared, every kiss, every I love you, suddenly, they all felt like lies. And that was only the beginning of the storm that was about to come. The next morning, I tried to act normal, but every time he spoke to me, every time he touched me, I felt sick inside. His good morning kiss burned on my lips, because all I could think about was that message. Who was she? Where did they meet? Did everyone around me already know while I was the last to find out? I went through the motions of making breakfast, but my hands were trembling so badly I almost dropped the pan. He noticed. Are you okay? You look pale, he asked, his brows furrowed with concern. I forced a smile and nodded, lying through my teeth. I'm fine, just didn't sleep well. All day, I replayed that text in my head. I miss you. When can I see you again? The words echoed like poison, making me nauseous. I wanted to confront him, to scream, to demand the truth. But part of me was terrified of the answer. What if he admitted it? What if everything we built together was already gone? By the afternoon, my curiosity took over. While he was at work, I sat on the couch with my laptop, searching through his social media, checking every follow, every like, every comment. My heart stopped when I saw her name pop up, Melissa. She wasn't just some random stranger. She worked at his office. Countless pictures from company events, subtle comments under his posts, inside jokes I didn't understand. The worst part? Looking at her, I could see why. She was beautiful. Confident. The kind of woman who walked into a room and everyone noticed. And suddenly, I felt small. Insecure. Replaceable. When he came home that evening, I watched him like a stranger. His laugh sounded fake. His phone never left his side. I asked casual questions, testing him, but he answered smoothly, almost too smoothly. Like he'd been preparing. That night, when he kissed me goodnight, I closed my eyes and thought, does he kiss her the same way? Does he whisper the same words? And I realized I couldn't keep pretending much longer. Something inside me was about to break. The following days were torture. Every smile he gave me felt like a lie, every I love you sounded rehearsed. I started noticing the little things I had ignored before, the way he kept his phone face down, the sudden late nights at work, the quick showers right after coming home. Each detail felt like another piece of evidence, like a puzzle spelling out betrayal. One evening, I decided I couldn't take it anymore. While he was in the shower, I grabbed his phone. My hand shook so badly I thought I'd drop it, but somehow, I unlocked it. I went straight to his messages, and there she was, Melissa. I opened the thread, and my chest tightened. Lines of texts, jokes, late-night confessions, even pictures. She wrote things like, last night was unforgettable, and I can't stop thinking about you. And he replied with hearts. With words he used to say only to me. Tears blurred my vision, but I kept scrolling, punishing myself with every word. It wasn't just physical. It was emotional. They were sharing pieces of each other that should have been mine. Suddenly, I heard the shower stop. Panic surged through me. I quickly put the phone back, wiped my tears, and forced myself into bed. My heart pounded so loudly I was sure he could hear it when he stepped out of the bathroom. He slid into bed beside me, his arm wrapping around my waist like nothing was wrong. I froze, stiff under his touch, my mind screaming. How dare you hold me after holding her? How dare you lie so easily? That night, I didn't sleep. I just lay there, staring into the darkness, realizing I couldn't keep living like this. I had two choices, pretend and let the truth destroy me slowly, or face him and risk shattering everything at once. And deep down, I knew. The confrontation was coming. The next morning, I woke up before him, staring at the ceiling as sunlight filtered through the curtains. My mind was already made up. I couldn't keep living this double life of smiles and suspicion. My heart was pounding, but beneath the fear, there was a strange sense of calm. When he finally stirred, rubbing his eyes and yawning, I sat up. We need to talk, I said quietly, my voice steady even though my hands trembled. He blinked, confused. About what? I looked straight into his eyes. About Melissa. The color drained from his face. For a second, he didn't say anything. Then he tried to smile, to brush it off. I don't know what you're talking about. Stop. My voice cracked, but I didn't back down. I've seen your messages. The late nights. The lies. You've been with her, haven't you? Silence filled the room like a storm cloud. He opened his mouth, then closed it again. Finally, he whispered, "It's not what you think." I laughed bitterly. It's exactly what I think. You don't text someone at 2 a.m. about how unforgettable they are unless you're cheating. He reached for me, but I stepped back. Please, he said softly. Let me explain. I don't need explanations. My voice was sharp now, almost shaking the walls. I needed honesty. And you couldn't even give me that. His eyes welled up, but I turned away. My whole body trembled as I grabbed my bag from the chair. I don't know what's going to happen next, I said, my voice breaking, but I'm done being lied to. And before he could say another word, I walked out the door, leaving him sitting on the edge of the bed, his hands covering his face. Outside, the morning air hit me like a slap. My heart was shattering, but at least, for the first time in weeks, I could breathe. I wandered through the city streets, my bag hanging heavy on my shoulder, but the real weight was in my chest. Every step felt like I was leaving pieces of myself behind. I kept hearing his voice in my head, the way he said, "It's not what you think," over and over, like some broken record. But deep down, I knew the truth. By the time I reached the park, I sat down on a bench and let the silence wrap around me. The world kept moving, people walking dogs, kids laughing, joggers passing by, but for me, time stood still. I thought about all the memories we had built, the promises we made, and how easily he shattered them. A part of me wanted to go back, to hear him out, to believe there was some innocent explanation. But another part of me, the stronger part, knew that even if he begged for forgiveness, I could never look at him the same way again. Trust once broken doesn't magically heal. I wiped away the tears burning my cheeks and whispered to myself, "You deserve better." The words felt foreign at first, but the more I repeated them, the more real they became. Pulling out my phone, I deleted his number. My hand shook, but when I pressed that final button, I felt a spark of freedom ignite inside me. For the first time in a long while, I wasn't defined by his lies or his choices. I was free to choose my own path. And even though my heart was still aching, I stood up, took a deep breath, and walked forward, this time not looking back. Because sometimes losing someone isn't the end of your story. It's the beginning of finding yourself.